Hey guys, I had to come back. It's Felicia. This is titled, Y'all, This Is So Hard. And this message is for you if you said anything is hard. Going to school is hard. Being a responsible adult is hard. Raising a child is hard. Experiencing grief and getting through it without losing your mind is hard. Experiencing grief, and even when you lose it, getting back to yourself is hard. Marriage is hard. Pregnancy is hard. Raising a child that is normal, is hard. Raising a child that has developmental deficiencies is hard. Raising a special needs child is hard. Raising children, period, is hard. Teenagers is hard. Doing what you need to do instead of what you want to do is hard. Exercising is hard. Eating right and eating the things that make you feel the best is hard. All of it is hard. But I want you to know one thing. All the stuff that I said is hard, it's hard because we keep saying that it's hard. Hi, Madison, and hi, Edith. So it's hard because we keep saying it's hard. And so I'm not taking anything away from everything I said. Yes, all of it is hard. But guess what? Everything that's hard comes with a lesson. It comes with a lesson to teach us what it is and to teach and prepare us for what it is that's coming ahead. Nothing happens by mistake. Nothing happens by chance. Nothing. So everything that you're experiencing that may be a challenge, it may be getting on your nerves. It may feel like it's weighing on every nerve that you have left. Meaning I don't know, this is getting on my nerves, or this person is getting on my nerves, or this situation is getting on my nerves. It's bugging the heck out of you. The reason that's happening is because it's preparing you for what's next. You ask for something else. There's something else that's after the hard, but you have to go through the hard first. The hard part. There's no way around it. None. You can avoid it. But when you get back to wanting to go forward, that is going to still be there. That hard is going to still be there. You're not going to be able to get around it. So with you understanding that the hard is a part of the lesson, it's a part of what's ahead. You cannot go forward until you deal with the hard. It's going to be there. So I want to encourage you that the after and in between sparkle. And when you see someone that has really excelled and they're taking off, and they're excelling in their profession, or they're excelling in school, they're excelling in whatever it is that you see, that sparkle in between, they didn't necessarily show it to you. They didn't show it to you because sometimes it's not necessary for you to see the in-between part. And sometimes in the middle, no one will understand the middle until they see the end. So a lot of times there's a lot of things that are going on. They could be experiencing hell in the middle. And it's not until they got out of it that they share what happened in the middle. So I just want to encourage you to not give up in the hard part, because you see the after, you see the sparkle, and you're in a hurry to experience what's in the after. But the hard part that you keep saying is hard. It's hard to raise these kids. It's hard to be divorced. It's hard to get your life together after you've lost a family member. It's hard. All of that is hard. But on the other side of that hard is what else is your purpose. Hi, Sherry. So it's going to cost you something. What you want is going to cost you something. You have to stick with it during the easy parts and during the hard parts. We have similar struggles, right? Like what I'm experiencing is not any different than someone what the how it all plays out may be different, but we all are dealing with something that's hard. So when I say we all have a sad story, we could all get on here and share our sad stories. But guess what? The story is what it is. And it's going to be hard as long as you keep saying that it's hard. But you saying that it's hard is not going to change the fact that you have to go through it in order for you to get to the other side. And the go through part is not fun. You may cry. You may be pissed off at God. You may be questioning God the whole way. Why am I having to go through this? Why do I have to do this? Why did you give this to me? Why? You may be experiencing that. You may be that person that is divorced. You were not planning on not being married. When you got married, you planned on being married. And you're looking at yourself right now and you're divorced. And you're saying, this is not what I envisioned. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I planned. When I got married, I planned on being married forever. I didn't plan on being a divorced parent. But guess what? You are. Guess what? The person that you thought would be there is not there. And guess what? God has always been there. And so, knowing that God has always been there and that there's something better on the other side, trust and believe that nothing is ever taken away without something better being replaced. I'm not advocating divorce, one. But what I am saying is that if you are in a position where you're trying to get yourself back together after experiencing loss of any kind, after experiencing things that are hard that you don't feel like you can get through, please know that God will put more on you than you can bear, because it's in those moments when it's hard, when you really want to cry, when you want to get up under your cover and not come out, where you want to stay in your room, where you want your kids to just leave you alone, when you want the world just to give you a break, you have to get up, because you still have somebody relying on you. Whether you have kids, whether you have someone, a support system, somebody else is relying on you, because in the future, the hard part that you're dealing with now, that you keep talking about that's hard, that you want it to defeat you. You're saying that it's hard because you want someone to co-sign that it's hard. I'm telling you, yes, I understand it's hard, but it's yours. This is your thing. You have to get through it. Take it day by day. Take it day by day. But you won't get to the other side, to the easy part, till you deal with this and you keep trying to you keep trying to skip out on it. So whether it's your health that you're dealing with, the hard part, I have a hard time eating healthy, or I have a hard time sticking with whatever it is that you keep trying to say that's hard. It's hard for me to eat healthy. It's hard for me to get up and go work out. It's hard for me to do this. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. The more you say it's hard, the more you will find things to confirm that it's hard. But guess what? What you say comes back. So how about you reprogram? It is not, I will get past this. This is not hard. I've gone through things harder before. And even if you didn't, just know that the time before that you thought that God was going to take you out, He didn't. You are here for a reason. You are still here. I need you to know today, and I don't know who this message is for, but this hard part, you cannot skip it. And you want people to co-sign on your hardness. You're crying out for help, and I'm not making light of how you feel. But I want you to know that despite of how you feel, you still have work that you have to do in that hard part that's in the middle, that's on the other side. The other side is where you've been asking God to take you. He cannot get you there without you dealing with this hard part. Because when you get on the other side, there's going to be more. But if you are struggling right now, the stuff that you want on the other side, you're not going to be able to handle it. And he knows that, but you don't. So you need to trust God enough and ask God on a daily basis, help me get through this. I cannot do it on my own. I know that I am able to get through this. Show me what it is that you want me to see. Help me stop being a victim. Stop playing a victim. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? What are you trying to show me? I know you are doing all of this for me. What do I need to get out of this? When you see that things are working for you as opposed to against you, your whole mindset changes and your whole life changes because you see it differently and you know that it's God. You know that God is the one that is orchestrating all of this. I am not a minister. I'm telling you what I have experienced. If you knew half the stuff that I've dealt with, you would be like, oh my gosh. But I'm here because if I don't share it, God is going to deal with me in a different kind of way. So we have similar struggles. The only thing that separates what you want versus where you are now is what you keep telling yourself. You keep telling yourself that it's hard. You keep telling yourself that I can't see I can't see all of this kind of stuff. The more you keep saying it, the more it's going to be, it is what it is. So change what you say, because when you say it is, you are affirming it. So stop saying it is hard. Ask God to help you, direct you to people who can help you figure it out. And if there's not anyone to help you figure it out, help you process what it is that you need, because the only way it's going to stop being hard is for you to see it differently and you see it as a learning opportunity. So this message, I don't know who it's for, but I do know that the hard parts are there. They're yours. It's a lesson for you. And just know, like, I don't have a rubber band. I'm looking for something. I don't have a rubber band. But think about how when you pull it back, how God pulls you back. Sometimes God will pull you back. But when you pull back, you'll pull back and you're sprung forward. So you have to understand that sometimes if you are pulled back in a direction and you feel like you have fallen off, or you feel like I'm going backwards, always that backwards is not a bad thing. God is so intentional, and God knows exactly what it is. You've said what you wanted, but you have to be intentional about sticking with it in the hard part, so that when he propels you forward, that you're ready for it. Because you've seen many people who have been propelled forward and who were not ready and lost it, right? So it's only going to be hard if you keep saying it's hard. This message, whoever it's for, I hope that you share this message. Guys, keep following, turn on your notifications, because who knows I have a lot of things that's coming up soon. I just want you to just continue to be more aware of what God is saying to you. God is talking to you different ways, and sometimes he talks to me when I'm working out, and I'm like, this is so like the most inopportune time for me to get these downloads, because I can't write anything down. So I keep saying things over in my head. After my workout, I'll say it over and over and over until I'm able to get to where I can write it down. But your hard part will one day be the testimony that breaks someone else free. But it won't break anyone else free if you keep trying to skip out on it and if you don't ever get past it. So whatever you say is hard, if it's hard for you to eat, if it's hard for you to eat well, that's not the thing. You just haven't committed. If it's hard for you to work out and you're looking for motivation, the motivation that you get is when you start working out, when you start walking. There's not going to be anyone, the motivation is not going to, it's not like a spirit. It's not going to fall into your lap. It's not going to. It's going to happen once you take action. So the hard part is not going to change until you declare it. Declare, this is not hard. I can get past this. I will get past this. I love you. Please share this video with someone who can use it. Talk to y'all later.